Miss Riggins.
Yeah.
All right, so what inspired you to start Sweetness
Personalism.
Personal Desserts? Yeah.
So actually, I started baking as just like a hobby for fun. And I would give stuff out to my friends and family at church and everything. And then in October of 2025, I, at my 9 to 5, and I was just treated horribly and unfairly. And no matter what I do to try to get better, it just wasn't enough for them. So that week, I had actually my very first vendor's event, which was also my grand opening.
Oh, wow.
And so I did the vendor's event. It went really well. It gave me that boost of confidence that I needed. And I was just like, okay, I'm quitting. I'm done. And so from that moment on, I took a leap of faith with God, and He has carried me every single since.
On and going.
So that's how I got into it.
So you're doing it full time. All right, you got a man that's making the orders, people picking them up, you making deliveries. Tell me what a typical work day is like for you.
So my typical workday kind of merges 2 days together. Because what I'll do is at the beginning of the week, I'll do a full bake. I did a little bit of testing to see how long my shelf life was. So I'll start with a full bake and I'll sell as much as I can. I'll contact people that I know to see if they're interested in any kind of pre-orders. So that way, out of that full bake that I have, I can go ahead and start selling stuff before I actually go out to the barber shops and to the firehouses in my city. So all those different things are what I do in terms of selling for the day. But if I sell out that day, then I'm right back home in the kitchen cooking again.
Okay.
And that's what I do. So I bake everything from scratch by hand. Everything is fresh. And so I don't do any kind of store-bought. No. So I know a lot of bakeries do like store-bought cakes and claim it as their own or box cakes. But everything, when I'm telling you I have a scale, I measure everything down to the gram of what I'm doing. So that is kind of like what my day looks like every day. So if I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning like I did today, or finish baking, then I'll do that. And my day will end at like 6, 7 o'clock at night, and I get up at 5. So
that's real hustle. That's real grind,
it's a long process. It's a lot, but I do it.
I like that. You speak about going to different places to sell your cakes. What do you feel like is one of your biggest moments?
Definitely vendor events like this on the weekend. Those are my major money makers. But throughout the week, still going to your barbershops and things like that definitely help get me closer to my goal. But when I do it a weekend event, that's what really pushes me over the edge to get to where I need to go.
So does these type of events really change your life as far as your finances?
Yeah, actually it does. So for me, because I started off so new, my weekly goal is $1,075. So that'll allow me to pay myself every week $750, which will allow me to pay my bills, my rent, my car, everything like that. So when I do vendor events like this, it helps a ton because there's so much foot traffic that I actually end up going past my goals. And so my goal is not only to be able to pay myself to live, but to be in the black, in the positive for my business, because I want to grow. And having to constantly chip away and pay myself and go into the business money for business needs, but if I'm not growing, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So this definitely helps a lot because it puts me higher and higher into the positive.
That's very important. It seems like you got your numbers down. You know what you need to make. What would you tell an aspiring entrepreneur who would like to get started? What advice would you give?
I would definitely say, first thing first, this is not me. This is 100% God. So trust in Him, believe in Him, have faith in Him. Because if it's something that your heart is set on and it is in His plan for you, it will happen.
Oh.
So on a spiritual aspect, God is always number one. On the bottom of my business card, I actually have Jeremiah 29:11, which God tells us that He knows the plans He has for us are there to prosper us and to give us a hope in a future, and they're not to harm us. And that has been my saving grace for the past year. So number one, be strong in your faith with God. Second, get yourself a team. Get yourself a support team. My support team is my mom, my dad, my church. You saw me on the phone out there, talk to my mom. This is part of time. Hey, Mom, I didn't make another sale. She's like, calculating, okay, we're this close to our goal. We're this close to our goal. So having a support team. And then if you have people that you know who are also business folks, ask them, like, how did they get started? Or what do things look like for them? What does this mean? What does that mean? Even though they might be in a different field, business has been. So I was offered a co-assignment option for a game shop to sell my items in their store. And I was like, what does that mean? I called my dad, and he is in construction, and he does steel and rebar and all that kind of stuff. He's the engineer. And I'm like, Dad, what is a co-assignment? And so he sat down and explained to me a co-assignment. So being a new business owner myself, it's so important that no matter what field someone's in, they have knowledge that you don't.
Good word.
Definitely try to make as many connections as you can, and having a social media is important, but having those business cards are just as important, because those are the things that people can say, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Let me call her and see. And I kid you not, my very first day at the barbershop that I sell at, I had a businessman and his wife. They gave me their card. And the next day they called me and say, hey, this is last minute, but we have a networking event that we want to invite you to. So just for me having my business card, I was invited into a huge networking event. I know, right?
Yeah.
He is awesome. God is amazing. Definitely have that business card. So you can have social media that helps, but having that business card is something that people are going to keep in their pocket and walk around with all the time. Or if they just throw it in their cup holder, one day, they'll be like, well, yeah, their birthday coming up. Look, her and the kids. So having that business card, having a support team, getting as much information and trusting in God. Those are the most important things. Oh, and lastly, having faith in yourself.
Okay.
That is
Like,
my journey personally, I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough to do this. I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I don't feel like what I'm doing is good enough. And it had been so nerve-wracking. But I had to remember that what I do is amazing. And when I cook at home, like just for family and stuff like that, it makes me so happy to see other people have fun and eat my meals. So seeing that smile on someone else's face from eating my sweet treat gives me that confidence. It reminds me that this gift of mine isn't mine. It's something that God gave me to share with other people. And so that's the confidence that you have to have. You have to have confidence in yourself that this is God's gift to me to give to others.
I've been heard it called gossip.
Before. But having that confidence in yourself and knowing that God has made you perfect in the way that you need to be perfect, nothing is that.
Awesome. With all that being said, where can people find your treats or what?
Yeah, they can contact me via Instagram or Facebook as well. So my Instagram is SweetnessPD, so short for Sweetness Personal Desserts, is the whole name. I do delivery orders, birthday, corporate event. Definitely call me.
All righty. Thank you for visiting with us today.
Thank you so much.
That was so touched right here. I would have met tears over here.
Hey, God has been so good to me.
Yeah.
And every day I pray before I bake. I pray before I leave the house. After I set up my table, I prayed over my table. And he's already answering my prayers. So just have faith. If you don't think nothing else home, have faith in God. Because he will always deliver. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Fair. God bless you.
God bless you, man. Take home. I appreciate it.